the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hi guys, welcome back. Last July, we had a baby in the family. Not wanting to fly and remaining socially distanced, we decided to make this unforgettable expedition 3,000 miles from Portland to New York City in an RV. So stick around and enjoy the road trip.
We took a week to drive 3,000 miles here, and we're finally in the Big Apple. This video will detail our journey back to the Pacific Northwest, but first let's see why we made this journey to begin with.
Who do you have?
I have no one.
Oh, these kids are so soft. Oh yeah.
Since we're in the middle of the pandemic, we didn't stay too long in the Big Apple. So we said a quick goodbye to New York City and made our way to Lake George, part of the Adirondack Lakes in upstate New York. We drove for about 5 hours to get to the lake. Summer is busy here, but sometimes we're lucky enough to get good camping spots. This was just a short stop on the way to Niagara Falls. This is downtown Niagara Falls, and we're driving through it to get there. First impression, it seems that the town is struggling a little bit economically. There's a lot of empty buildings here. Since we're restricted to the American side because of the global pandemic, of course, and the borders are closed, we'll see what we can find to experience at the falls. The falls just have such a huge volume of water. We've seen impressive falls, but this one surely takes first place. We're eyeing the boat ride or a visit to the Cave of the Winds. That's where we'll put on ponchos and climb down some staircases to face the roaring spray of the falls. We're definitely going to get soaked, but it should be fun.
We're inside the elevator now. And we got these yellow ponchos. Look, Manong is demonstrating how to put on a poncho.
Don't put it on backwards.
Okay, you really don't know what you're doing.
I know.
Juliet, your poncho? It's okay. There goes my nose. She's the only one. Wow. Turn it around.
After a fun time at the Cave of the Winds, we ordered pizza and continued west towards Lake Erie. We're planning to camp at East Harbor State Park, which is about a 4.5-hour drive. This state park is not too far from Marblehead Lighthouse. Lake Erie, one of the 5 Great Lakes, is known for unpredictable weather and dangerous waves, which leads up to why there was such a great need for these gorgeous lighthouses.
We're at the Hall of Fame for RVs. Woohoo! Baby, what you do?
Yeah, babe. Yeah, I can take care of some business.
It's surprising, just how affordable an RV vacation can be. GoRV.com.
And this one says Mustang. We have to go and take a look. 1966. Mustang travel trailer. All right. It's so cute. Did you see this one says Mustang?
Now, we drove a bit south to see Ohio's Amish country and to drive through the rolling hills of the Midwest. The Amish have been in America for a long time. The first ones arrived in the early 18th century. They came mostly from Germany and spoke an ancient dialect of German. Ohio has the largest Amish population, followed by Pennsylvania and Indiana, but they can be found in over 30 states. The Amish are one of the fastest growing population groups in America. They tend to live plainly. Also, we see them in their horse and buggy transportation because they believe it keeps the community anchored in its local geographical base.
Live long and prosperous. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Dun, dun, dun. Manoko, stand on that side and do it so that way we know at least.
Oh.
Wait, no, you do like that.
You want to try to do it with her one more time?
But then we see it. I don't even know how you're doing this.
She's using her fingers to push her finger out.
After the stop for those who are Star Trek fans, we'll camp tonight at Adair City Park. This is a nice spot to stop when driving through Iowa along the I-80. The city park has 8 spots and only charges $15 to $20 for the night. The park also has a really cool zipline structure for big kids. Adair is also the place where Jessie James and his notorious gang of outlaws staged the world's first robbery of a moving train the evening of July 21st, 1873.
The train is coming! What are you guys doing on the tracks? Smiling? Number 1. Up. Number 2. Up. Number 3.
Now in South Dakota, here's an interesting little pit stop, a corn palace.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
Under South Dakota farmland are nuclear missiles, buried for decades. Here, you can view a missile in its silo through a modern glass enclosure. Also, there's a ranger, a retired Air Force personnel, to answer questions. We were curious whether this particular rocket was still active. As we head towards South Dakota's Black Hills, we came across Custer Cruisin', same period as the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. They come to ride the scenic hills, attend live concerts and parties, and experience a unique atmosphere.
Different dance steps, different meaning, different history behind each of these traditional dances. He is doing this northern traditional dance. And this dance is going to represent the warriors of our societies, the warriors of our people, as he does carry the buffalo bone.
The Lakota woman tells us that the hoop dance represents the story of her life. The single hoop she picks up and moves with is her birth, and as she continues to spin and dance, gathering more and more hoops around her arms, neck, and torso, she takes us through her adolescence, adulthood, and aspirations for the future. Watching this determined woman show us who she is, where she comes from, and what she wants for her people is a profound and wonderful experience. It's definitely a place well worth the visit. As we leave the Black Hills behind, we move on to a mysterious place.
Whoa.
Devil's Tower. It's a core of an ancient volcano.
Although the butte is majestic in its own right and a cool place to visit, we were under no illusion as to why we really wanted to see it in person. Steven Spielberg's Close Encounter of the Third Kind. And when we say we really mean Mom, because us kids have never even seen the film.
So today we are at Devil's Tower and we are walking the 1.8 kilometers around the mountain.
For anyone who hasn't seen the film, the final act takes place at Devil's Tower. This is the site where aliens communicated with humanity. The entire finale was shot there. It's a pretty cool place.
They are spotted.
Halfway around it.
Yep.
Walking around the tower, you can't help but feel that this place is a spiritual one. We spotted prayer flags along the trail. We would recommend walking around the tower to submerge your senses.
There's somebody climbing up there.
Oh, look there.
Welcome to Yellowstone.
We've arrived at the jewel of national parks, Yellowstone. We entered through Eastgate, a beautiful drive that allowed us to get to the Yellowstone Lake area and then onto Hayden Valley, where we set up our chairs awaiting for the appearances of the coveted bisons. FYI, Hayden Valley has the Yellowstone River meandering through it and is normally filled with wildlife. Also, another FYI, lurking below the surface is a supervolcano, also known as the Yellowstone caldera.
How does it smell, Manon, here?
It smells like rotten eggs.
Oh, are we coming up to another one?
Yep. Big.
Oh, this one is splashing. We're gonna be in it. Oh, Manon, you're gonna have to hold your breath.
Okay, that is right here.
How did it feel?
Zoom in. That's great. Thank you so much.
Get the waterfall?
time at Yellowstone has come to an end, and we're now heading to the Grand Teton Range. Before, we'll do a quick stop at Lewis Falls to dip our toes in the cold water.
Before summer has gone away.
She did it! I saw her. It's cold today. Bye bye, Yellowstone. Say goodbye.
Under a broken sky. Cold sun, colored with shades of white. Wave goodbye.
Warmer than the other one?
How wet?
How wet?
How wet?
Oh.
Long swimming.
It's
perfect temperature in there.
The mountains have insanely beautiful peaks, with the Grand Teton sitting at around 14,000 feet. Since our time is short, we will only get to drive the main park road and explore more Monroe. We won't get a chance to do any hiking or other outdoor activities, sadly.
Tell me something about yourself. You've never told to no one else.
This is the spot that Ansel Adam took his iconic picture from. The river would have done a U shape right here. But that was 60 years ago and the trees have grown quite a bit.
We left Wyoming and we briefly drove through Utah into Idaho. Here, we drove away from the main freeway to visit our last national park, Crater of the Moon. This place really feels remote, as if we were truly on another planet. This is our last campground, Mountain View RV Park. This is super cute and has a really nice swimming pool. We're now back in Oregon. We thought that it would be fun to show you guys how we did our hookups. If you like this video, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe.
It sound right, boy.